Hello and welcome to your daily love message from your person. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. We're going to bring in the messages from the Divine Masculine deck today to see what's going on. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. Now, the early reading was very powerful because they are learning now on a soul level to accept the things they need to change, to accept the things they need to move away from. And this is kind of like the calm before the storm. So if you haven't watched it already, make sure you watch the early reading because it will make a lot of sense to you. So let's see what's going on with them today. And there is also some karmic cards in this deck, so we'll see what comes through. So let's see what's going on. Straight out that one. Look at that. I miss your touch. I miss your touch. So they want you to know they miss you in that way. And they've been craving you in that way as well, especially if you've been experiencing saliva in the mouth. If you've been feeling that, I feel there's more cards. Yeah, that's it there. So they're saying to you, I miss your touch. I miss the feel of your skin. I miss being around you. I miss looking into your eyes. And I miss touching your body. I miss touching your face. I miss touching your skin. And I shuffle songs and ask how you're feeling about me. So remember, we've said this before. We shuffle cards to find out perhaps how they are feeling about you or how they're feeling, what's going on. And they shuffle songs in the same way. So what this is also a huge message about is that they receive messages in music and so do you. They telepathically communicate with you through music because a lot of them love music, they love listening to music, it calms them down. It also helps them to process what they're feeling, it can relax them and it puts them into their emotions and feels. So they are saying, I'm shuffling songs, wondering how you feel about me. And this is also a big message that they may be hearing songs to give them messages about you. Just like you receive songs and you know that's a sign from the universe or that's a sign from them to you, they're receiving those songs about you too. So they will be hearing songs repetitively that remind them of you, whether they are listening to those songs themselves or they're just popping up on the radio or perhaps they're out somewhere and there's a song on in a shop or they're being reminded of you in that way through music because music touches them and it really gets to them and it hits them in their feels and makes them emotional. But a lot of them are listening to music right now and this could be throughout the day or at night, wondering how you're feeling. So what they're saying is, I'm curious about you. I'm curious, I wonder how you're feeling about me. Some of them may even be guided to a reading. So I'm not saying they're going out and paying for reading, but they may be shuffling songs on YouTube or on some other platform and a reading pops up. And maybe they start watching it, they just click on it and they're trying to click off it, but something sticks in the mind about something said and they listen to the end because they're trying to find information out. What they're also showing me is watching a music video. And there could be someone in the music video or the situation in the music video reminds them of you. Or maybe they're watching a film or a show over the weekend and there's a song in there and that part of the show or the movie hits them in the feels because it either reminds them of you because that person looks like you or is reminding them of you in some way or of the situation that you're in. So they're definitely connecting with you through music right now. So don't be surprised if you're hearing certain songs or being reminded of them in that way too. But really what they're saying is, I miss your touch and I'm curious about how you're feeling about me. I wonder if you're missing my touch too. And I miss our late night pillow talks. Now, not all of you will have had pillow talks where you've actually spent the night together, but you may have had late night conversations. You may have spoke to them on the phone late at night, or you may have texted each other late at night. You've definitely both dreamt of each other or thought of each other late at night, and you may have had telepathic conversations. So pillow talks is what happens when you're lying in bed or after intimacy, where you have a really intimate conversation or you talk about things that maybe you haven't talked about before, and you spend time together with them where nobody else has experienced that with them in that way. So what they're saying is, I miss that. I miss talking to you. I miss connecting with you late at night. So they are definitely thinking about you late at night. You're on their mind. So they are connecting with you in that way. However, they are missing that in a physical way, or they are wanting that in a physical way. And this can also be what they are dreaming about. Lying in bed, wishing you were there on the pillow next to them. Wishing that you were the one there. Especially if they align next to someone else and thinking, what am I doing here? Because they're learning to accept the things they need to change and release. So they're looking at that person, perhaps thinking, this is the wrong person. I'm not meant to be with you. I'm meant to be with my divine feminine. I'm meant to be with my counterpart, you. So they're missing that too. And they're saying, I'm terrified of being vulnerable. So really what they're saying is, I miss your touch. And the touching you makes them feel vulnerable. They miss the pillow talk, which is also a vulnerable time. So they're wanting to get vulnerable with you, but they're also terrified of it at the same time. So this is also a wound they are healing. And this is another reason why they pull back. Because you may be thinking, well, if they're missing me so much, if they're missing touching me, why aren't they touching me? If they're missing talking to me, why aren't they reaching out to me? And it's because it terrifies them. Because what terrifies them, what scares them more than anything, is being vulnerable. Because they're so afraid of losing you. They've got abandonment wounds. They're afraid of you laughing at them. Perhaps they were laughed at school. Perhaps they were laughed at in childhood or at school because they were vulnerable in some way. And maybe people at school laughed at them. Maybe a teacher laughed at them. Maybe their own parents or brothers or sisters laughed at them. And it made them feel vulnerable. It created a wound. And they're still healing that wound now. So you're not going to laugh at them if they're opening up to you or crying or being vulnerable. You're going to hold them and be there for them. And that's what they're starting to accept as well. Yeah, I'm not speaking because... So they'll let you know why they're quiet still. Because they do miss you. They do want you. Yes, they're terrified of being vulnerable. And that's another reason. But they're also saying, I'm not speaking because I'm in a low vibrational place right now. Now, what that means is there's two things there. A low vibrational place means in their mind, their energy is low vibrational. They may be very negative right now. They may be looking at things like the cup is half empty instead of half full. They may not have a solution right now. They may not know how to move it forward. They may not know what to say. They may also be in a very low vibrational place where they are. So they may think, it's not while I'm in this karmic situation, which is low vibrational and filled with ego here, I don't want to drag you into that. So they're also protecting you from their own negativity, their wounds and their fears. Because they recognize that you are a naturally positive person. You aren't in a low vibrational place a lot of the time. You're certainly not in a low vibrational place where you are in your life because, and even if you feel you are and you want to move on from where you currently are, you are in the process of doing that. But ultimately, you have got your life under control in their eyes. So you may not feel that way. You may feel like there's no way my life is under control. I've got this going on, that going on. But from their perspective, they see your life as sorted. You've got your life sorted because you're living authentically. You're not hiding anything. You're being yourself. And then they're there wearing a mask. And they feel like, I don't want to talk while I'm like this because I want to be the person that you want me to be, the person you deserve me to be, the person I want to be and I deserve to be. So they know that they need to change certain things first before they reach out. And that's also something they are accepting. And they're saying, I acted like I didn't care, but I was scared. So again, fear. If they've acted like they don't care, if they've treated you like you're an option, if they've made you feel bad, it was all an act. And remember this as well, a lot of the time they are treating you that way because it's how they're treating themselves. When they finally accept and choose themselves, they will choose you automatically because you are one. So remember, if they are distancing themselves from you, they're really distancing themselves from their own inner truth. If they aren't treating you right, it's because they're not treating themselves right. If they're not loving you, it's because they're not loving themselves. So you have to look at it in that way. And then you don't take it personally or think someone else is being treated better by them than you are. Because you recognise they just don't know what they're doing right now. They've got to find the way. They're blocking their intuition. They're being guided to accept things. So they're admitting here, I acted like I didn't care, but I was just scared. Of course they care about you. What were they scared of? Being vulnerable, opening up. What do they miss? Your touch, talking to you late at night, being with you. Yeah, look at this. Do not let my social media fool you. It's a mask. So they may be acting great on social media. Maybe they've gone out with friends. Maybe they're out with friends right now. they're posting everything's good, maybe they've been in the gym, they're posting a picture of that, or they've done some social activity, or they've had a promotion at work, or whatever it is. Or you could see it as they're out with a karmic partner. There's pictures all over the karmic partner's social media or other things. They're saying, don't let my social media fool you. I am not happy with her. I am not happy. So the first thing they're saying is they're not happy. They're saying they're not happy, it's a mask. They're pretending to be happy because they're keeping up appearances on social media. Now, if there is a karmic partner, a him or a her, they're saying, don't let my social media or their social media fool you. I am not happy with him or her. So they are accepting that they're not happy there and they've got to make changes. And they're saying, when we talk, I always leave the conversation feeling so positive. Do you also feel that? So again, they're curious about how talking to them makes you feel. They're thinking, well, and they recognize, thinking, when I talk to you, I feel positive, I feel uplifted, I feel like I can do anything. But they also recognize that when they talk to you, they may have the opposite effect on you. That's why they're saying this to you. You know, they're saying about their, this, let me just find it here. I'm terrified of being vulnerable and all of that. But they're saying, I'm not speaking because I'm in a low vibrational energy. And I feel they're even confusing themselves by why, because they're trying to work out, why am I in this low vibrational energy? Why am I still here? Why am I still doing these things that don't serve me? But they're actually thinking, I bet I drag you down. I bet I don't make you feel positive. I bet I make you feel negative. So they're recognizing this, thinking, whoa, you make me feel positive. And I miss you because you raised my vibration, all of this. But I probably don't do that for you. So they are recognizing that, you know, they've got it much better with you than you've got it with them a lot of the time. What that means is that you may leave a conversation with them feeling drained. Maybe you're trying to uplift them or give them advice or be there for them, or be like a natural counsellor to them. So you may walk away from a conversation with them, no matter how much you love them and want to be with them, you may feel drained by it because they're sucking your energy out. So they are also recognising that too and wanting to do something about it. They are recognising, I need to make a change. I need to do something differently. I need to be free. I need to raise my own vibration. I need to save myself first to be able to come forward to you in the right energy. And they're saying, I wish I could take this mask off. And that's really what it's all about. We spoke about masks yesterday. I wish I could take this mask off from you. I'm so embarrassed of my lack of growth. So this is another reason that they're quiet, because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed because they're not on the same wavelength as you. They're not as positive as you. They're not as sorted as you are. They're embarrassed because they feel like they aren't growing as much as you've grown. And they do recognise on some level that you are soul level special, that you are twin flames, that you are soulmates or counterparts, or however they view it. You know, they think, well, if we are twin flames, then surely I should be as authentic and powerful as you are. So they're also embarrassed about this. They're also embarrassed about certain things. It could be that they haven't got, in their eyes, they haven't got enough money yet, or they're not free yet from that karmic situation, or they haven't got the job they want, or whatever it is. Things that you don't care about really, like material things, they are learning to release those things. Because we can always make more money, we can always get another job, we can always do more things. What the one thing you can't get back is time. And they're wasting time. And I feel they're also accepting that too, that time is of the essence. They need to get a move on. So they're saying, I wish I could take this mask off from you. And that's what they're wishing for. That's what they are manifesting. That's what they are creating in their mind. So when the Tower comes in that removes that mask, then they're kind of thinking, why is all this happening? Why is there all this upheaval? Why is there all this chaos? Because they've prayed for it. Because they've wished for it. Because they've been manifesting it. But they're ultimately embarrassed. So they want you to know they are embarrassed. And they're embarrassed because it scares them to be vulnerable. Whereas being vulnerable is a strength. It's not weakness. But they may have been through things in their reality, their upbringing, that's made them feel that way. So what they're saying to you is, I wish I could take the mask off. I want to be authentic with you. I'm embarrassed because of my lack of growth in our connection. Even though they are growing so much, really what they're embarrassed about is their lack of growth in a physical way. And that's what the angels are guiding them to know right now, to accept things, to change things, to intuitively know the next steps. And they are recognizing that when you talk, they get the positivity and you get the negativity. And they need to change that. And that's why they're not speaking, because they know they're low vibrational in that way and they need to change the life. And that's why you may feel they don't care, but they're saying, I do care, I'm just scared. I'm terrified of being vulnerable. I miss you. I miss talking to you at night. I miss your touch. I miss being around you. I wish you were the one lying here with me right now. So don't let my social media fool you. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with him. I'm not happy with her. And I'm listening to music, wondering how you feel about me. Do you miss me the way I miss you? And that's going to bring in curiosity, and that's going to bring in a change. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.